schedule and stay anyways. But I will be here regardless at past 1, and then I'll be here early in the morning if I cannot stay, if people decide to stay. But what I was going to say is, now, speculation about the risks aside, because I think it's sort of a game of poker and it's kind of speculating on whether they're bluffing or not, and that discussion I think really can only go so far. They may, in fact, even be bluffing about disciplinary measures, and that's something we can't really know. I think if they were to take disciplinary action against students, especially if it's all of the students in this room, that is equivalent to macing people in the face, like at UC Davis. I think that would really go viral, and I said outside early on today, and I stand by this, I think this is building up towards a national movement, and we have to see it that way. Students across the country are mobilizing, and this really could be something huge. So I think people need to also consider that side of it. I mean, no one wants to be kicked out, of course. That's a huge decision that anyone would have to make, and we would like to think that they would not be as sleazy to even consider that for any students. I mean, one would hope, but we can't be sure, so it's something that we're going to have to continue to talk about, I suppose. But we should also remember the impact that something like disciplinary action could have on the outside and on all of the people who you guys know in this university.
John, you're up next.
Yeah, just wanted to say I had a lot of experience with Occupy Chicago when we first started. And I was on the social media committee. Actually, I was in comm ops. We were the ones who were messing around with social and press media. But what really killed our chance of getting an encampment and taking Grant Park, from my perspective, was that we wasted our arrests really too early. I mean, there's a lot of great people here right now, and that's awesome. But I really think that to act too hastily would be a mistake. And just like Occupy Chicago wasn't able to successfully encamp, I don't think that we'd be able to as successfully make our point clear unless we fill this building up completely. And until we do that, I think we should try and save our arrests, because after 2 arrests, you can't get people back, and the ones who are committed are here right now.
Okay, yeah, Charlie, you're up.
Does anyone here live in the dorm? Okay. Have any of you contacted your friends that are in the dorm to see if they want to come up?
I don't have friends in my dorm.
Friday night.
Oh, I brought them, the ones that I do have.
Anyways,
James?
Are you upset, Charlie? Was that the end of your?
yeah.
So I think what I would propose, guys, is that right now we're dealing with some speculation and imagination. I think we need to put this question firmly and in a unified way to the authorities who are still here. We need an answer from them. If their answer continues to be ambiguous and they continue to prevaricate about what's going to happen to us, then I think ultimately we should have a discussion starting from there. If they tell us some more information, then we can have a different conversation. But unless other people wanted to say something on this issue, I think we should put that question and work from there. So that's an official proposal. I don't want to shut down the stack, but that's my official proposal as the moderator discuss it.
Would you like on the stack?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to say, I mean, I know people's stance is that we should all be unified in this, et cetera, et cetera. However, everybody has individual consequences. What will hold true for me in terms of the hot water that I get into will not be true for, say, someone like you who has a hell of a lot more online. Right. So, that said, I think we need to really, truly think about what's best for each of our individual selves. It's not so we can't stand together as a movement, but it's to say that if we can stay, we do. Those of us who can't, they go out there and they say, look, you know, it's fucked up. Those of us who can say are, but we ourselves can't continue to stay in this building without having our education go to hell in a handbasket. Our choices are either to stay and occupy and lose our education, or get kicked out of our own building for the sake of keeping our education. And how screwed up is that? That way we can still sit there and form a unified front saying this is wrong without putting our individual asses on the line necessarily, which is you know nothing we should have to do, because we should not have to sacrifice our education for the sake of this. And that's my thought. And that way we can each sit there and help ourselves out, so we'll still remain unified.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll reiterate that in some ways. There's no pressure. It's not like we're going to force anyone to stay here if we vote to stay, or if we decide to occupy. Everyone does have their own individual situation, and that has to remain evident. I wanted to offer, a friendly amendment, is what I would call it, that we request they come out here and we have a discussion with them about all of the issues. We can find out, what actions they're going to take. We can find out a way to compromise and stay here without them taking action and things such as that. I guess we have one more person on staff, John.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that even if we go home tonight at 1 a.m., I do want to stay in mine, but even if we do, we have kept them here on overtime. And if we come back, we'll keep them here on overtime. And if we keep doing it, we'll drain so many resources that they'll have to listen to us. So this would not be a defeat. It would just be one move in a big game of chess. That's what it is, guys.
Yeah, Michelle. And then after that, I'm going to close stack and we'll bring that to a vote, if that's okay.
Michelle.
You, Michelle. Michelle, did you have your hand up too?
No, I was.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can bring Reverend Jackson back up here and he can talk to them about what it's like to stay just sit in for justice.
I think that would be great, but
He left.
anyone got him on the phone?
Yeah, right?
I have a contact in his office. It is late. I should try if we want to do that.
I think we should.
We should
We
try.
should vote on this first.
Yeah, sorry. I second James's proposal. I don't know if you accepted the friendly amendment or not.
I think that's a perfectly acceptable.
Okay. So she's second, and then we're going to take it to a vote. I guess to word it, we're going to request the administrators over here to participate in our conversation, and we're going to ask them what our consequences are going to be if we stay, and if there's a way that we can compromise so that we can both stay and protest and have our voices heard, our free speech, without having interdisciplinary actions.
I'd like to actually add a friendly amendment to my own proposal, which is to say that so long as they're civil and respectful about this conversation, we will be too.
Yeah.
So that's as long as that's a friendly amendment for everybody else also. I guess it's only. So I'd like to modify our proposal. We're going to be civil and respectful as long as they are to this conversation.
So all in favor of that proposal? All against it? And anyone abstaining? It passes. So,
Jordan, I would nominate you to be our representative.
sure.